Hey, aloha everyone. Michelle Melendez with Blossom Inner Wellness and Stand Together Hawaii.com. I am the author of Great Maui Land Grab, What Caused the Maui Fire and Is Your Home Next, won third place in the American Book Fest under True Crime, and also four-time award-winning book, End Dieting Hell, How to Find Peace in Your Body and Release the Weight. You can get these on my website at blossominnerwellness.com. Join the private membership. Today's going to be about Hand Count Radio Show, and this is with Mark Cook, who's going to be going around the country and trying to reestablish these elections. And what I love of that is that he's coming here to the islands. He's going to be going around the different islands and helping people to understand how we can regain our independence and have these voting systems have more integrity. I'm really curious about how he's going to do in Arizona, but also here on the Big Island, because the voting here is been Democrat for, I mean, for extremely long time, and I just don't see that's really what the people want here. So I also am going to be talking about the Club of Rome, explaining who started that, what that is, as well as going to go over Trump and his invitation to the United Kingdom with King Charles. So let's get started. Here we go. Hand Count Radio Show. We're coming to you. This is a production by Mark Cook, and it is to ensure our election accurately and verifiably represent the will of the people. Yes, even post 2024 election. That's actually really important. And here's a map of all the places that he's going to. Super excited about that. And also, I want to talk about him coming to Hawaii the April 1st through the 15th. So if you guys are on the islands, it's really important to go to these and show up and see what he's got to say about this. It says elections belong to the citizens, not politicians, not government, not corporations, not media. That's exactly right. It is critical that you attend. Do not miss this. All hands on deck. And this is with subject matter expert Mark Cook. Election ecosystem, national local evidence solution platform, critical steps to Maryland. Well, I guess that's where he's at. I guess that's where this flyer is from. The islands of Hawaii is to be announced, but I know that he's going to be coming to the Big Island where I'm at, and he's also going to be going to Maui. So super excited about that. You can find this at handcountradioshow.org. Get educated on this here and take action with election integrity. I really appreciate this man, Mark Cook. I'm looking forward to meeting him because these elections have really been something to talk about. Is the cybersecurity and election systems, cybersecurity subject matter expert Mark Cook. So I'm excited about that. He is an expert currently including day-to-day IT management training. So I won't read all of that, but you guys can read it. But cybersecurity, and we all know that our elections, they're really questionable. I'll just say that, and that's being nice about what has been going on with the democracy in these election integrity systems that we have. So let me share with you guys this next part, which is, I want to share this one right here first. This one is about the Majesty, King Charles, asking Trump to come to the United Kingdom. But first I want to share this part here. And actually I realized that I don't have the sound on, so let me get the sound on for you guys, because this is a very crucial one, because this is going to be talking about the Club of Rome, the 10 Kingdoms, and what's going down with Trump trying to get Canada.
Immediately following the U.S. Declaration of Independence, the British Crown began to regain control over the American colonies. After the Treaty of Paris in 1783, Britain retained military forts in the Great Lakes region and began extending loans to the U.S.
So that was in 1783. In 1776 is when the US got their independence, supposedly, from England. And then in 1783, what happened? England started giving loans to the US. And what happens when you give a loan? You owe the bank. They literally own whatever they're giving you a loan on.
Creating debt dependencies to the crown. In 1812, the British Crown waged war against the US. After the war, British financial firms began financing projects in the US. In 1816, the Second Bank of the United States had up to 70% of its stock held overseas, mostly in Great Britain.
70% over 70% of stock. That means that we don't own this country. We were not owning the United States of America.
During the U.S. Civil War, Britain was involved in supporting both the North and the South. The Federal Reserve Act of
So that's what I've said for a long time, is that is when the U.S. became a corporation, was after the Civil War, because the foreign bankers were funding both sides, North and South side. And then after the Civil War, country was absolutely bankrupt, and they collateralized it and turned it into the United States Corporation. And this is 1913, Jekyll Island. These are the bankers that decided they were going to, again, bring in another central bank into the United States under the Federal Reserve, which is not part of the government.
1913, which established a private central banking system,
which is the Federal Reserve, the IRS. That's what that is.
Was established with the help of Paul Warburg, whose family partnered and intermarried with the Rothschild banking dynasty of the Bank of England. The 1944 Bretton Woods Conference ensured that London would maintain influence over American finance. The UK-USA Agreement of
that London would maintain influence over the US finance. That means they own us. That means they're influencing and they're owning the US, is basically what that means.
46 formalized the sharing between US and British intelligence agencies. Right after being inaugurated in 2025.
And my question is, what is that book? What's that book on top of the Bible? I want to know what that is. That's really interesting.
President Trump,
and his hand isn't on the Bible either. That's interesting as well,
began saying that Canada will become the 51st state.
I think Canada would be much better off being a 51st state, because we lose $200 billion a year with Canada, and I'm not going to let that happen. Canada would be great as our cherished 51st state. You wouldn't have to worry about borders. You wouldn't have to worry about anything. Canada was meant to be the 51st state. We don't need their energy. We don't need it.
So I'm going to pause it there. And then what happens is he gets invited to the UK to see King Charles.
I will do that.
I've got to tell him what your reaction is. So I need to know.
So he gets this invitation. He gets a letter from King Charles.
Not quite as meaningful. It is. That's quite a signature, isn't it? Beautiful. He's a beautiful man, a wonderful man, and we appreciate it. I've known him, gotten to know him very well, actually. First term and now second term. Perhaps you'd like to say what that very important paragraph.
Yes, so this is a letter from His Majesty the King. It's an invitation for a second state visit. This is really special. This has never happened before. This is unprecedented. And I think that just symbolises the strength of the relationship between us. So this is a very special letter.
So this is from Greg Reese, Taking Back the American Colonies in 249 years. So let me just show you guys this. This is interesting. So this is what President Trump wants to do, is take over Canada and Greenland. Okay, so the 10 kingdoms, and I want to come back to this, because I do want to say that the UK, Great Britain, with the king and all of that, King Charles, they've owned us from the beginning, You guys, it's really sad because, and it's through the banking systems, it's through loans. And that's, because the bank owns whatever they give you a loan on until you pay it off. And with us being $36 trillion in debt, that's just never going to happen. So I do want to talk about now, the 10 Kingdoms and the Club of Rome. So the Club of Rome was established by Ariel Percha, and who is an industrial, he was an industrial and a philanthropist. It was also started by David Rockefeller. We all know who that is, and also by Alexander King, who was a chemist. He's a scientist. So let me just show you guys, or tell you guys, the Club of Rome is started by these three people. None of them are elected officials. They are in for the money and power. That's what they are. Power. So again, we have Ariel Pecha, again, an industrialist, a businessman. David Rockefeller, businessman, banker. Alexander King, scientist. So these all three people and started what's called the Club of Rome. And the Club of Rome, they said that their mission is to help humanity. Because they love humanity and they want to help people. So they want to help people with all the overpopulation issues that we have, and the taking of all the resources and all of that. That's what they want to help with. So here's the document. Let me show you guys this. This is the document. Actually, where is it at? Here it is. New World Order. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the top. New World Order Club of Rome report. Okay, regionalize and adaptive model of the global world system, report of the progress, strategy for survival of the Club of Rome. And this is confidential. 1973 is when this was created, September 17th. And then I want to scroll down because I want to show you guys they have a plan for Kingdoms Club of Rome 10 global groups, 10 global groups, North America, Canada, and the United States. And then it goes through Western Europe, Japan, the rest of the development market economies, Eastern Europe, Latin America, North Africa, and the Middle East, main Africa. It's all New World Order. It's all at the very, very top of every single page. South and Southeast Asia, centrally planned Asia. So these are the 10 kingdoms, and this is what it looks like, the 10 kingdoms. And what does this look like when you look at this? This is United States, Canada, and Greenland, all one. And what is Trump saying? He's been saying he wants Greenland. He's saying, number one, he wants Canada. So this is the 10 kingdoms. And then I want to share with you guys that it says right here, by examining, okay, where is it at? Here it is, 10 Kingdoms Map, Global Governance, Emergent Phenomenon. This is Revelation 17, 12, 14. And I'm going to read this to you. It says, by examining historical context, belief systems, and modern technology, we aim to illuminate the intricate forces shaped by global governance today. Keywords, Club of Rome. So I'm going to stop share, and I'm getting out my Bible because I'm going to go to that. Revelation 17, I already have it marked here, 17, 12, 14. And I'm going to read this to you guys. 17, 12, 14. Here we go. And the 10 horns which thou sayest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. For he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they are with him, are called and chosen and faithful. So that's what the Bible says about the 10 kingdoms, the 10 kingdoms. Let me just say that again. I'm going to read the one before too. And the beast that was and is, not even he is the eighth, and is of the seven, and goeth into perdition. So that's before. Talks about some type of monster, actually. Because let me read what the Hebrew part of it says. This is being described as an eight-headed an eighth head, not king. Okay, so you guys can skip that part. That's 11, Revelation 17:11, Revelation 17:12. And the 10 horns which thou sayest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. So what's going on with that? That's what I want to know. It's like I kind of feel that I do feel that this is bringing in the one world order. Is when Trump is like, we're going to make Canada part of the US, we're going to make Greenland part of the US. That's the first kingdom. That's the first kingdom in the 10 kingdoms in the Club of Rome that was created by these businessmen, not anybody elected and not any officials elected by the people. And the very first top of this report says New World Order. So what the heck, everybody? The top of every single page, Kingdoms, Club of Rome, New World Order. So that's my take on what's happening here. I'd love to know your guys' take. Give me some comments below. Please like and subscribe. This channel is demonetized because YouTube has me in YouTube probation again. I don't know how many times. I think I've been in YouTube probation at least 5 times. So I get out the end of May. So without your help in sharing this video, liking and subscribing, it just kind of sits here. But I really appreciate all of you who have subscribed, all of you who give me comments, much mahalo, and sending you guys lots of aloha. Okay, let's do a quick prayer. Here we go. Infinite Creator, this is such a game we came to play. It's an exciting time because so many people are really seeing the truth of what has been behind the scenes, the man, the beast, the entities behind the curtain. In Great Spirit, we just give so much gratitude to those who are speaking the truth and those who are taking action when they can. And that means standing up for election rights, election integrity. So much mahalo, so much to all those people that say, yes, I'm going to take at least one action. Send an email to my county council, go to a county council meeting, read what's happening in my local community so that I can make a difference, because that's why we're all here. We all chose this time at this time in history. And Great Spirit, we just know that in the end, the light has already won. The light has already won, and we get to watch things as things unfold. We right now know that those who do not value human life, personal and private property, we know that they are bound right now, that they can do no more harm. We know that those machines, direct energy weapons, anything that would harm human life and property, that those machines no longer work. We call that forth right now, Great Spirit. We call it forth. We know that we have legions and legions of angels that back us up. And we know that we are here to watch as you, Great Spirit, as the world turns into a harmonious place where all people matter and all children are safe, grow up free, grow up knowing that they are loved beyond measure. We call that forth, Great Spirit. We know that the Christ consciousness of unconditional love surrounds this planet in a beautiful white light of infinite intelligence. We know that that is done, Great Spirit. We call it forth now, and so it is. Sending you and your ohana so much love from the Big Island. Much aloha.